Look at you. You already checked your phone twice since you opened this video. It's fine, I'm not judging, but we need to talk. Because your attention span is quietly falling apart and you probably don't even notice it happening. We are more distracted today than at any point in human history. Not because we are lazy, not because our generation is weak, but because there are billion-dollar companies whose entire job is to make sure you never fully focus on anything ever again. And honestly, they're winning. I'm Dr. Timur. I've spent 14 years studying how the brain works and how to fix it. And today I'll show you the way out from this trap. In this video, I'm going to give you 5 steps backed by neuroscience to actually rebuild your attention span. And then I'm going to give you one bonus tip in the end, a secret weapon. Simple steps, real step, the kind that work if you do them. Your brain is not broken, it just needs the right conditions. Let me show you what those are. First, let me explain what's actually happening in your head. Your brain didn't evolve in an office with a to-do list. It evolved in the wild, where missing a rustle in the bushes could get you eaten. So your brain developed one core survival skill: constantly scan for anything new, anything different, anything that might matter. That system is still running, full speed, all day. Now add smartphones, notifications, infinite scrolling, content designed by engineers specifically to trigger that "oh, what's that" response in your brain every 3 seconds. Your brain isn't failing you, it's doing exactly what it was built to do. It's just the environment it was built for no longer exists, and nobody told it. Here's the neuroscience part. Your brain basically has 2 modes: exploration mode, constantly scanning for new stuff, and focus mode, narrowed in one thing. The problem is switching between them takes effort. And modern tech is designed to keep you permanently stuck in exploration mode. And what most people don't know, your concentration naturally rises and falls in waves because of the chemical called norepinephrine, which your brain releases in pulses. So that feeling around 20 minutes in where your brain just drifts, that's biology. That's not your being weak. That's a system behaving exactly as it's designed. The good news is you can work with that system. And that's what these 5 steps are about. Before you can fix anything, you need to know what you're working with. Here's what I want you to do. Grab a book, a real book, set a timer and read. No music, no notifications, no multitasking. Just read until you feel the urge to check something or get up. Stop the timer. Write down that number. That's your baseline. Maybe it's 4 minutes, maybe it's 12. No judgment. The number is just data. Your attention span is a muscle. And like any muscle, you don't start by lifting 100 kilos. You start where you are, and you progressively add more. Every week, you push the limit a little further. The goal isn't to suddenly become a monk who meditates for 3 hours. The goal is to go from 4 minutes to 8, then 8 to 15, then keep going. Small, consistent, progressive. That's how you rebuild the muscle, including this one. Your environment is working against you. Every notification on your phone is a tiny hijack. Every open browser tab is a tiny drain. Every buzzing, blinking, pinging thing around you is chipping away at your ability to think clearly. You see, your attention problem is not entirely your personal failure. It is partly an environmental problem. And that's actually good news, because you can change your environment. Practical things. Right now, today. Put your phone in another room when you work, not face down on the desk. Another room. Research showed that just having your phone visible, even if you don't touch it, reduces your cognitive capacity. It's basically a distraction just sitting there. Turn off all non-essential notifications. All of them, not the most of them. All. Close all tabs. You don't need 15 browsing tabs open. You need the one you're working on. Schedule time to check the others. Design your environment like focus is the priority, because it is. Your brain is a pattern recognition machine. It's constantly looking for signals that tell it what mode to be in, and you can use that to your advantage. The idea is simple. Create a consistent ritual that tells your brain, okay, it's time to focus now. Stop exploring, lock in. Some people put the same playlist. Some make a specific coffee. Some light a candle. Some sit in the same chair and close their eyes for 2 minutes. It doesn't matter what the ritual is. What matters is that you do it every single time before deep work, until your brain starts to associate the signal with focus mode. It becomes automatic, like a trigger. There is actually neuroscience behind this. A short transition, slow breathing, removing visual clutter, clearly defining what you're about to do, helps shift your nervous system into a calmer, more focused state. You're not just being organized, you're literally changing your brain's chemistry. Pick your ritual today. Keep it simple, do it every time. Your boss never told you, but your brain cannot focus for 8 hours straight. Cognitive performance starts declining pretty sharply after about 90 minutes of concentrated work. Pushing past that doesn't make you productive. It makes you slower, stoppier, and more irritable. Think of it this way. Your brain is basically a toddler, smart, capable, but if you don't give it snacks and rest, it melts down and becomes useless. So build breaks into your work, not as a reward, not as a laziness, as a biological requirement. After 60 to 90 minutes of deep work, take a 10 to 15 minute break. Go for a short walk. Step outside. No phone. Let your brain decompress. That walk isn't wasted time. It's part of your performance. High performers know this. The recovery is where your brain consolidates what you just did and prepares for the next round. Schedule it, protect it, don't negotiate it away. This one is the most overlooked and might be the most powerful. Here's the honest truth. You can have a perfect environment, the perfect ritual, the perfect schedule. But if you're trying to focus on something that means nothing to you, your brain will resist every time. Attention follows meaning. That's not a motivational poster. That's how the brain works. When a task is connected to something you actually care about, the brain releases the neurochemicals that support focus and persistence. When it's not, it fights you. So before you start any important work session, ask yourself one question. Why does this actually matter? Not the corporate answer, the real one. Who benefits from this? What does it connect to? Why am I spending my life on this? Write it down, put it somewhere visible, because when you hit that 25 minutes wall and your brain starts to drift, that anchor pulls you back. This is the difference between trying to focus and having a reason to focus. One is effortful, the other is almost automatic. I know. Every wellness influencer on the planet has told you to meditate. You've heard it 100 times. You're still not doing it. Most people aren't. But hear me out, because this isn't the usual meditation is good for you speech. This is about something specific that happens in your brain. There is a phenomenon called the attentional blink. Your brain grabs one signal, and for a fraction of a second, it goes blind to everything else. We all experience this all day long. And the older you get, the more frequent they become. More blinks, worse focus, faster cognitive decline. Now here's where it gets interesting. Researchers ask people to sit quietly for just 17 minutes. Eyes closed, no mantra, no app, no special technique, just notice your breathing. Feel your body. When your mind drifts, bring it back. That's the entire practice. After one single session, attentional blinks drop significantly. Focus measurably improved. Not after weeks of daily practice, after one session. And it worked across all groups, adults, kids, people with ADHD, older adults. 17 minutes, once. That's the ask. If there is one thing on this entire list that costs the least and returns the most, this is it. And almost nobody does it. Don't be almost nobody. So, here's your complete toolkit. 1. Set your baseline. Measure where you are. Train like it's a muscle. 2. Eliminate the attention leeches. Fix the environment before blaming yourself. 3. Build a focus ritual. Give your brain a consistent signal to lock in. 4. Respect your brain's natural rhythm. Work in cycles. Take real breaks. 5. Connect your work to meaning. Give your attention a reason to stay. Bonus. 17 minutes. Eyes closed, breathe, notice your body. One session changes your brain. Do it. None of this is complicated. That's the point. Real solutions rarely are. But simple doesn't mean easy. It means you actually have to do it. Your attention is one of the most valuable things you have. Maybe the most valuable. Because everything you want to build, learn, or become requires it. Start today. Pick one step, just one, and actually do it. And if this topic has you curious, if you want to go deeper on the neuroscience, or if any of this hits home, I have a full 1-hour ADHD deep dive on this channel. Everything I've learned from years of working with ADHD patients. The neurophysiology, the real mechanism, what actually helps, all of it in one place. That's probably the most complete thing I've ever put out. Watch that next. See you there.